Everybody just talk.
Hi.
Talk. Talk.
Hello.
Talk.
Okay.
Talk.
Talking.
Ooh, some of you.
Did we talk? Talk.
Yeah, talk.
Was that enough?
Is everyone ready to begin?
Yes.
Okay. As you may know, things got a little strange last time. But we begin play with a prelude. The crossroads just west of Vallaki have always been met with some trepidation and wonder by the locals. Tales falling shy of legend has it said that if you bring 2 electron pieces and an offering and bury it in the center, someone will appear and grant your wish. For many Vallakians, these tales have come to meet bitter ends, though many claim they succeed. Whether or not they were true, Strahd stood at the crossroads with but one wish in his heart. A lamb pulled at the lead, held in an iron grip of his red right hand connecting to a devilishly disfigured arm. There was a profound silence as he questioned his efforts, not for the moral cause, but whether his time would have been worth it. Of course, he did have fun choking the life out of that shepherd. And there was that daughter of his that just happened to get trapped in that barrel of wine. Oh, and the wife, yes. She was a delight, a quality falsetto screamer. Today was such a good day. All will be well, he reminded himself. Moments later, with a mighty stomp, breaking the neck and caving a portion of the skull, the sheep lay bleeding in the crossroads, 2 electrons buried in a tiny grave nearby. As Izek walked away, gnarled roots began to curl from the earth, claiming their prize. The man with the red right hand knew in his heart that he would see the woman of his dreams again. Last time, on Curse of Strahd, 5 went into the forest. Only 3 returned. For most of you, what was supposed to be a simple hunting trip into the woods turned into a very traumatic encounter with the howling denizens. The Dullahan made an untimely appearance and beheaded several wolves as well as Ezmerelda's beloved horse, Cadet. Sleep was difficult as a familiar curse came upon Nyla in the dead hours of the night, but seemingly put to an end with Hildy's new power. Even your new companions could only offer so much aid. There is a phenomenon, you see, that takes hold in those whom are cast out of their homes and left to fend on the streets for a time. They call it the cold. It is a feeling of having been without proper shelter for so long that your body loses the ability to retain heat. A warmless husk in cold and pouring rain. Despite these circumstances, Killian recalled a story that Chance had told him earlier that day, suggesting a fire signal to the lost ones. A fine idea, and so the remainder of you set off down the road to Barovia village to put an end to the headless horseman once and for all. However, that is not everybody. Now Chance, after facing several packs of wolves and then the Dullahan himself, you ran as fast as your magic could carry you to find the lone Vistana, promising yourself that this time you would not run away. The odds of coming out of those woods alive by yourself were slim to none, but by some stroke of luck, you wandered towards a lake by a clearing and found Ezmerelda, the monster hunter. Who was that strange woman from last night? How did you end up in the middle of nowhere? And what madness awaits you in this survival situation? This session will be separated into 2 halves, everyone. First, I ask you all to be a lovely audience and stay patient. We're going to establish the woods with Chance and Ezmerelda, and then we will turn to the rest of you as you journey to Barovia. So, we go to Chance and Ezmerelda, who are at How do you pronounce it? Is it Sir encampment? Or is it the Tesser?
I always said like the Sarah, like Sarah?
Sarah?
Sarah Pool.
I always said
Yeah.
Tesser because I'm so American that way.
I don't know. Play whatever. I've actually never heard it pronounced. So.
All right. So, for the purpose of this, we are going to simply start on the map. Chance, please drag your token to the Ser pool. And I will do the same for Ezmerelda. She calls to you from the other side. You bundled up your clothes and you jumped into the frigid, cold waters, and you are attempting to make your way across. I need you to roll a Constitution check.
Okay. Just a ability check or a save?
Call it a saving throw.
Cool. Oh.
Something in you just pulls through as you make your way across the water, and finally you reach land. Ezmerelda shoots, and you get reeled back all the way to land. You're in the water, you're out of the water, but she too is shivering. She's just holding herself. You both have that feeling of the cold very much in your bones.
Yeah. Whew. Hey, it's good to see you, Ez.
What happened?
You all right?
It was a close call. Hell. She's like doing her best to like stay warm. What about you? What are you doing out here?
Well, I was looking for you. Sort of got a little turned around. Look, I've lost the other.
You didn't.
It's been about a day or so. Now, for clarification, did we see the signal fire?
You saw something over this way, but this whole valley, from the hill that you started on, is covered in mists, and more than that, woods.
Yeah, all right. So he's just like kind of slowly trying to unpack his gear and wring out some of his clothes, but he's like, you know, freezing to the bone and wishing that he knew different cantrips. But he's kind of like, whew.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Let me go get some, and then she stops. Right here. The woods are right in front of her. You've seen Ez before. You were lucky to get stranded with a Vistana, with the magic ability to create fire almost anywhere. But she's not approaching the woods for some reason.
Ez? What's going on?
She like
You all right?
She backs up a few steps. She's looking down. The only thing separating her from the woods is a road.
I think Chance would kind of draw a little closer and stop at like a similar point, and he's just kind of looking down the road and back and forth.
This what happened last time.
Did you get turned around? All confused like?
Something like
One minute, I felt I was on a path, just like the similar road, walking by, and then suddenly there were many, and
yeah.
And the woods was full of things I'd never seen before. I tried to chalk it up to my own hysteria.
She nods. It's, damned if you do, damned if you don't, you know what I mean?
As it is.
When Nyla, Hildy, and I were in the woods, figured it would be a simple catch, you know what I mean? The road, it's like it moved. I couldn't leave it. It forced me back on it, and then I heard these hooves, and I couldn't outrun it. It was right on my tail. She just kind of holds her neck.
Yeah. It was something fierce. But you're alive. And so am I. One way or another, we did find our way out. And we found each other. And we just need to get back and find the others. I saw some sort of fire. Some sort of smoke way in the distance, but I don't know if I can find it from here. We'll have to find some elevation. We'll have to cross that road one way or another. I'm not eager to do it. But I'm not really eager to sit here either.
I don't know if I can pull the same stunt I did last time.
What exactly was that?
She holds up her crossbow, but you notice a piece of it is broken.
That's not supposed to look like that, right? If
we're gonna make it out of here alive, I need to conserve this thing and use it as little as possible. But you understand, right? We take one step on that road, it traps us. And if we take one step in those woods, we'll get turned around.
Could we walk along the river, maybe? I mean, it might get us in a direction. I can't exactly remember which way is the village of Barovia from where we're supposed to be.
I thought about that, but look, and she kind of has you crouch down, and she points to the tree level, just right about there. Look real hard. I need you to roll a perception check.
Okay. He's kind of like, squinting his eyes, really trying to take a look. Yeah, sure.
There's some fucking trees over there.
Yeah, that's a forest, Ez.
Oh my god, there's some trees. Like, Ez is like, are you for real?
Well, I don't see nothing, Ez, other than a forest. That's where I bloody came from, so I hope there was nothing after me.
Wait a minute. You came from that way?
Aye.
She pulls out a dagger.
Well, I think, and he's gonna kind of like take like a small step back, looking at it like easy.
She starts coming up to you. Show me your neck.
Ez, what are you doing?
Show me your neck.
Kind of swallows for a minute, and he'll like kind of reach up. I think he's gonna, before he shows her the neck, he's gonna like feel on his own.
You've got some scars from that Doulahan battle. And the wolves.
Look. He kind of pulls it free, like pushes back his collar. Don't bloody stab me with that thing. Damn, put that away, Ez.
Maybe you don't understand me. And she gets up, real personal to you, with this knife kind of like right by your jawline, like she's about to like shave something. If we're gonna travel together, we're gonna have to get real cozy. You understand me? I don't know what's been going on with you or what happened to you, but there have been vampires patrolling that shore all night. I have to be sure. You understand me?
Vampires. And he kind of like, he sighs for a minute. There was a woman. I thought I was losing my bloody mind.
She puts the dagger away and sticks it back in her boot. What woman?
When I made it out of the woods, and I thought I was in the clearing, I couldn't see nothing. Nothing at all. So I put together some of me torches and made
Chance,
a fire.
you're kind of talking about it, and she's like right there, sitting near Ezmerelda, and she kind of waves to you.
And as he kind of looks over, like he just stops his conversation, and he just watches for like a long time. He looks like he's seeing something in the ground. No, it was nothing. Just a traveler. She must have been lost. I don't know.
Lost am I? That is a very odd way to put it.
Well, that's weird.
Look,
Well, we should get going. We're gonna burn daylight this way.
yeah. There's no there's no good time to say this. Especially not with that knife you had about my neck. But listen, things happened in those woods. I think most of the fellas made it out all right. And he just kind of watches her for a time, and he's thinking like,
be too sure. Tell him, Ez. And Ez is just listening to you talk.
you know what? No, it was nothing really. Sorry, it's just everyone was sort of lost, and I think they'll be all right. I lost track of them. I think they turned back. Just have to hope that they're all there. And he's kind of giving a little, like, really weird side glance to the girl. What does she look like?
She, now that you kind of see her in a better light, she still has her umbrella. She's dressed in a lovely, elegant upper middle class kind of golden dress. It's a little dirty here and there, kind of off the shoulder. Short black pixie cut hair kind of falls to an A-line, just hovering over her shoulders. She's a very dainty girl, very pretty. And she's smiling at you.
Oh, that just unsettles him. He's just like, shit. And he rubs his eyes like, come on. And he opens them again.
She's not there.
Sorry, look, Ez, we gotta move.
Ez is looking at you like, right.
I didn't sleep bloody well last night, alright? Let's just...
Look, out of everybody in the party, I think I know you the least. I've got my eye on you, Chance. Don't try anything funny. And she starts leading the way down the riverbank.
Me? Never. And he'll follow after it. Kind of still rubbing his hands together and blowing it in.
You two make your way down the river. And it's not long before the river goes straight into the woods. You are now faced with a decision. The road is wide, approximately 15, 20 feet wide, depending on where you're standing. But the forest is dense. Which way do you proceed? You can cross the road or enter the woods.
A river's a road in itself. We'll come to a bridge or some sort of crossing. I think, maybe. Better we stick to the woods and work our way through slow and try to keep to the river as best as we can.
Ezmerelda kind of...
At the very least, we're not going to draw the attention of that rider.
You worried about your friends? She sits down and, like, crouches down and kind of checks the earth, sniffs it, looks around, checks for markings. Casual conversation.
They'll be all right. They have to. I can't worry about them. I don't imagine they'll be worrying too much about me either. Or you, for that matter. But
she gives you, for some weird reason, she gives you a look like, what's that supposed to mean?
Whoa, and he holds his hand. He goes, I just mean you're capable, is all. Look, well, the fact that you vanished without a trace was enough for us to worry. And I suppose we're here. Look, they've got a mission. They've got some other friends. That Killian, what's their name? Oh.
Shut up for 5 seconds.
And he shuts up.
And she listens very carefully. You may roll a perception as well. And you may roll a survival as well. Oh, boo.
Yes. Yeah.
God.
It's just like, right.
So, you're like talking and you're like, what? What's wrong? You shut up. It's like the man from the city meets the wild hunter. You have no idea what's going on. But Ezmerelda's like, shh. And she kind of rustles the leaves a little bit, and in the distance you hear... And Ezmerelda, all you hear is, damn it.
Well, what do you hear?
As you whisper.
Like, at this point, like, Coleman's just, he's half thinking she's doing this just out of show, but he's also kind of nervous and cold, and so it's like sitting there chittering.
If we're gonna go by that river, listen very carefully, Coleman. You need to match my steps exactly. Do you understand? No sudden movements.
What? Oh, all right.
There's six
Look,
of them.
I
There's
can be
6
quiet.
of them in there. There's gonna be 5 on your right. There's gonna be 1 above you.
Don't worry, Ez. There's 2 of us. And he gives a smarmy wink.
Ez doesn't look back, but the camera pans forward to her expression, and it just reads, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die because of this fool. I need you both to roll, stealth checks. I was about to say perception. There's too much dang perception.
Hey! That's a good roll.
All right. You match as move for move. And it is a nightmare going through these woods. As you travel through these woods, you slowly find yourself outnumbered by several shifting entities in the vicinity. Stealth becomes a game of suicide that you both play as the Vistana leads you with a series of unusual paths. Under tree roots, through bushes themselves making noise, crawling through a hollow log, and even climbing a tree for 5 minutes at a time. And you notice something strange. While you're up in that tree and you and Ez are kind of like holding on this same branch, kind of perched at different angles, you see a swarm of wriggling black slugs patrol the area. Please roll an intelligence check for me.
Oh.
Well, Chance, you've seen this swarm before, but that's about as much as you're gonna get.
Those fucking slugs. He's kind of like really quiet under his breath. Ooh.
I've never seen anything like that before. I have no idea what that is. Fascinating. And Ezmerelda jumps down, and you both end up over here.
Oh.
You've lost the river. You're eventually deep enough into the woods. And the rules of this game are simple, Chance. A simple skill challenge, if you will. As the day goes, you both start to get hungry. It's like mid-noon, earlier noon, around like kind of like the morning area.
Mm-hmm.
You do not have a way of feeding the both of you. You need to find enough food to sustain 2 individuals. You both need to find a way to stay warm. Shelter for the night will mean danger if you are not prepared for the snow, which there are signs that is going to start to snow very soon, come around 1 p.m. And finally, navigation and travel will be determined by a series of skill checks. You must succeed 4 before you fail 2.
Okay. All right.
First things first. You and Ez are starving. The longer you starve, the harder this will be. All checks will be at a disadvantage.
Oh, God damn. I could practically eat a horse. And he stops.
Ez looks at you.
Well, so, we need to find some food. Something fast.
We have to be quiet about it. If we get cornered, there's no telling how many of them will be out.
Suppose. I don't think you exactly fancy eating a slug, but there's always an option, too. If we can't find something small like a rabbit, maybe we find something big. Something maybe big and angry. And we kill it before it kills us. It's not exactly a favorite idea, but I'm not exactly Yogg or a hunter or any sort of good cook, unfortunately.
Lucky for you, and she kind of slinks her crossbow back. And she doesn't finish that sentence. She's gonna roll a survival.
All right.
Ezmerelda spots wild boar in the distance, and she points to it. It seems to be too young, but the mother is not nearby.
I suppose a little piglet could do.
You think you got that in one shot, Coleman?
Well, if I could get close to it, maybe, but, if not, I could always zap it to death, I suppose.
Is that gonna make a sound?
Oh, it'll make a sound.
She, like, looks away and, like, puts her head in her hand. She's like, no.
Maybe we both take a shot at once. I think I might. Do I have a crossbow? And he sits there for a minute, and he's like, oh, I sold that one. Oh, no, wait, do I have this? Shut up. I gave that other one to that stick. Oh my god. All right. I don't have nothing to hit it from here. Nothing that won't make a noise. So maybe if you take a shot,
Well, maybe
I'll be ready
noise
just in
ain't
case it misses.
Maybe noise ain't so bad. How fast are you?
Oh, I'm really fucking fast. He kind of perks up a little bit. Oh, you need somebody fast? I can be fast.
All right. Let's make this nice and simple then. Ezmerelda's going to get down and she's going to move back about 10 yards or so.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to give you a nod. And basically it's one of those, she's going to get ready to run.
Okay. I guess during that time I'd like to at least try to sneak a little closer. Just so I can start real carefully getting as close as I can.
All right. Roll stealth at disadvantage.
Oh, at disadvantage.
You are currently very hungry. The energy of last night and the cold of this morning and the sheer amount of physical exertion you've been doing has left you famished. Oh no. Chance you jump down out of the tree with a and the little piglets and they go running off.
Did they like book it? Are they?
Yeah,
are
they're
they...
booking it.
Oh, gee, they're booking it.
Yeah, they're running. The piglets are running into the woods.
All right, sold that, and I'm just gonna start sprinting after him as best as I can. He's gonna. I mean, like his full move, dash action. He's chasing after him. He's not gonna cast haste at this point. He's gonna see if we can catch him on, normally. But
All right.
at the very least, difficult terrain doesn't actually affect him, so he can.
That's fantastic. You do catch up to them then.
Oh, okay. Oh, Jesus. If there's one little piggy, his mouth is watering. He's just already tasting the bacon. I guess I could try to like lightning lure it, and just make sure I really bring it like close to me. Kind of a little lasso move. It needs to roll a DC. Oh, that was max damage. A 15 strength save. Oh yeah. All right. So I grab it like with this like lightning lasso.
This thing is fried.
And as I pull it back, it just goes and zaps.
You got it. You got your food.
Oh my god.
And
I can already smell the bacon. I can smell the bacon.
roll a survival. You stop for a moment. As you look around, okay, don't move, Chance. You think, okay, if you retrace your steps and head straight back, the clearing should be right there.
Blimey. No. He's gonna start moving just a little bit back here. Slow. But he's just kind of keeping his eyes and ears open for us.
All right.
If it goes on for too long, he'll panic and do something else.
She's gonna try and find you. She doesn't find you.
All right. She's not gonna like this, but and he'll kind of like, pull his sleeves up and push his hands together, and then he like holds his hands up to like the trees, and will release a thunder wave, just shocked up into the trees, which I believe has or can be heard from another like 300 feet somewhere around. A thunderous boom, just up into the air. Isn't it kind of even like the wind of it like goes all through these pine trees and drops a bunch of needles on the ground. But it makes a noise, unfortunately, for pretty much everything around him.
Oh, boy.
And he's gonna kind of push back against the tree, holding this like dead piglet to his chest.
So, Chance, you kind of take this moment, you're lost, you're unsure, you... and suddenly you hear all around you... and there are things in the woods you didn't think were around you. First of which is a tree. Literally 10 feet to your right, it turns around, living with a face. And you hear in the distance, Chance!
Oh, shit.
I need you both to roll initiative.
Okay. Oh, my God. What is my roll today? They're ones or 20s? I don't get it. That's
This
it.
is the all or nothing game. So, Chance, first up in the initiative, since I can't use any other, like, darn this thing, whatever. There's a creature that's coming from the west side of you. If you can imagine a moment to yourself, the wild boar mother, but there's something incredibly wrong with it. Half of its body is eaten by black slugs and other maggot-like black sinewy things, and it comes out with these rearing red eyes. For the intents and purposes, it is considered a plagued dire boar, and it is going to charge at you.
Oh, Mama's pretty big, ain't she? But he knows he can't leave this area because if he does, then the whole thing was pointless. So he kind of like tucks the piglet under his arm like a football, and then he starts like focusing as this boar is running at him, and he's just focusing, and wind begins to swirl around him, and it hugs his form a little tighter, then seals into his coat as he casts mage armor. But as a bonus action from kind of the winds itself, these winds wrap around his legs and they pick him up and they bring him up into a branch somewhere like 10 feet up into the air.
That's fantastic, but it's not your turn right now.
Oh, it's not? Oh, I thought it was. My bad.
No, that's cool. Well, I'll keep a note of that, as it'll be your turn very shortly. All right. Oh, actually, technically, it would be your turn. You would be at the top of the round. All right, so picks up under your legs, you said?
Yes, as a bonus action, I can fly 10 feet whenever I cast a spell of first level or higher. So his mage armor carries him, and he will try to like basically get up onto a higher branch, and stand upright. 10
feet up. All right. This thing is currently 8 feet high, so it needs to kind of jump to hit you. I'm gonna give it a DC 10 acrobatics.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Oh
my God.
Nails you, and if I'm using that last attack, it's a 25, but it rolled low for damage, so it kind of nicked you on the shin. 6 points of damage.
Damn.
And I need you to roll if you have any concentration spells up right now, and it's going to come back and circle around. Ezmerelda's coming up on the scene. You don't see her, but you do see the silver sword whip that comes flying out of the woods, and it kind of ripples with this thundering sound. And she is going to jump on top of the boar. I'm going to give her an acrobatics. Yeah, she jumps up on this thing. Bam, first attack. Bam, second attack. Second one doesn't hit. First one meets the AC. And she's going to jump up on this thing and deal 6 damage. All right. Ez has found you. It's you and her. But something else is also entering the fray. The tree you see that turned around is starting to uproot itself. You see a weird... as it's the wood on the grain stretches into this large smile, and that smile even elongates and opens its mouth, and a swarm of wasps enters. And they're going to fly out. But strangely enough, they're going to attack Ezmerelda and the boar. Alright, 50-50 chances. Evens. Yes! The wasps attack the boar.
Oh.
For 7 damage. And something else even enters the fray. Chance, you look around you. You don't see anything new coming, but you see those black things on the side of the boar start to come up, and they drop off the boar. Some of them try to make their way up to Ez, but they're starting to coalesce into this weird, black, slimy, sluggy ooze.
Oh, jeez.
And they hold their action. Chance, it's your turn.
All right. Chance is kind of on the ground now, like, shouting as he sees Ez, literally riding this boar across his vision. He's like, Ez, get off that damned boar. I've got dinner. We've got to move. Hurry! And I'm going to take the dodge action, as I'm kind of just trying to be alert, and I'm grabbing this dead pig, like both arms on the chest, and I'm just going to kind of start booking it somewhat like along the boar, but like maybe parallel to it, just so she can like hop off and we can choose a new direction. But I'll take my full 45 movement.
All right. So you start kind of skirting the edge. Next up is the boar, who's running rampant and going to try and buck Ez off. It's going to roll a strength check. And Ez gets thrown! And she kind of slides and, like, catches herself.
Well, that's one way to dismount a boar.
And it's going to go charging. No, 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 no! Ugh! And she rolls out of the way, and this thing into a tree. It's Ez's turn. Half her movement, she gets up to her feet, and she starts booking it after you. The question is now, can you outrun the slugs? Chance, what is your movement speed?
My movement speed, as a normal movement action, is 45. If I sprint, it goes to 90.
All right, let's see. Ezmerelda's not so lucky. She has average movement speed, and on top of that, you can hear a pattern in her move. Ka-ta, 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 ka-ta. She kind of runs with a strange limp. And she's sprinting down the way, but the black slugs are starting to gain on her.
Oh shit! If I've got a moment, I guess I would cast haste on her. Like when she kind of like, you know, I guess she has to be within 30 feet.
You
So
gotta
if I stop and
decide,
see she's-
Chance. You
Oh, go
or
ahead.
her.
Oh shit. I have a different option.
What would that be?
Okay. He kind of like he's you see him he starts to like look back and he realizes that he's not gonna be able to kind of get forward and also keep her forward. So he just like he runs up kind of immediately to her, and will then also begin like very airbendery, swirling the wind around him into his hands, and then he just collapses it like a book. Boosh, and then it sends this whole radius around him, where there is just this ripping, roaring wind in the trees. It's a cyclone surrounding him.
Oh my god.
It is warding wind. It's a concentration thing, so a strong wind blows around me in a 10-foot radius and moves with me. So if I'm kind of basically grabbing Ez by the hand and running with her, there's like a protective barrier of wind surrounding us, and it is difficult terrain for creatures other than us.
Okay. Is that a concentration? Is mage armor or haste a concentration? I don't think haste is a concentration.
Haste is definitely a concentration, but I didn't end up casting it. I just went, I ran up to her and decided to warding wind instead.
All right, cool. Cool. All right. You grab Ez by the hand as she's reaching for her crossbow, and she's looking at the situation. She forearm to forearm, you both start bolting down the way. This catch in your hands. All right, you successfully avoid the confrontation, but now is a new tricky part. How are you going to stealth?
Oh, I think at the moment, we're just trying to put ground between us. I don't know that Chance would stop running for like the full 10 minutes or so. Just trying to break out of the woods, I think, at any point.
All right.
Or at least see it clearing.
Constitution saves, both of you. 10 minutes of running on empty stomachs suck.
Chance has been running all his damn life. What do you mean?
Ez might not be so lucky.
No.
Up! She's hanging in there. All right.
Like,
you finally get out. You
he'll
guys
lower
are
the
kind
wind.
of... Not bad, Coleman, not bad.
And he kind of holds this little like piglet up. He's like, sorry, I just gotta catch my breath. I brought dinner.
Lunch, fuck, I don't know what time it is.
Some folks call lunch dinner. It gets real confusing. Supper is okay.
Just shut up, Chance. And she pulls out her boot dagger and almost painstakingly, perfectly hacks it into this thing from like a 6-foot distance. And now there's a knife in the bore, and you're in charge of carving. And she's just gonna sit down and relax.
All right, yeah. Nope.
Lunch
Nope.
is. I'm just gonna kind of speed things along.
Sure.
Lunch is sort of an interesting endeavor. You both eat hungrily, but Chance, something inside of you is very hungry. I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw really quickly.
Of course. Oh.
You kind of feel this growl that kind of comes up your esophagus, and it feels like a weird kind of backwards burp, I guess, and you just kind of like shake it off like, whoa, gave you chills. This is really good. You should cook things by lightning more. Hell yeah. And you chomp into it.
Whew. Yeah, he's hungrily eating.
And Ezmerelda's tearing into hers and kind of spitting out the bones, and damn, I'd kill
you can
for some
almost
salt.
You could almost taste the poor pig's potential.
She gives you this look like, what the hell? And
That
shakes
adds
her head.
flavor. I don't look. People would pay good money for piglet. We're eating prime time.
Real kings we are.
And he's kind of like slowing down a little bit from eating. I think if he has a moment of just kind of sitting there, he'll be like, look, Ez, I don't know how long we're going to be out here. But you say you don't know much about me, and, well, I don't know much about you, so...
Oh, no. And she, like, rolls
What,
her
right?
head.
You ask a question, and I'll ask a question, eh? What about that? Yeah, come on. You get to know me, and I'll get to know you.
I swear, you are just like him. And she, like, pinches her nose. All right. You get 3 questions. I fancy a good kill earns you something.
And he'll kind of like cross his arms over his chest, and he'll lean back against one of these trees. But then he like leans up again and just double checks the tree, like fucking watch the tree. All right, all right. Let's start with a simple one. You got a man, a boyfriend, eh? A fellow in your life.
She
Other than your mentor, I suppose.
slowly turns at you.
He's upset. Whoa, easy now. I'm not coming on you here.
She like stands up, sighs. She like squares up to you.
It's just asking if you've got someone in your life who you care about. That's all.
Yeah, I got something like that. Kind of like a father to me, he is.
Yeah, but most people don't balk their fathers, so I don't think we're talking about the same thing.
Ezmerelda decks you.
Oh shit! Oh, all right, I might have done that. Oh, and he like pulls his
And
down.
as you kind of like stumble to the floor, she kind of like takes her boot and like kind of comes down on your chest a little bit and Captain Morgan's you, and she leans down on her knee and she's like, "My turn."
Okay. Go.
No. I need to think about my question first. Now, how did it go? And she just kind of like takes her sweet time. All right, I got something. Rumor around the girls tells me that you got someone yourself. Now, I did a little bit of sneaking up in the Abbey. She got fangs.
She's got other things too.
So, and she takes off her boot.
Like a real personality. The character. Oh, that hurt, Ez. Goddamn. Yeah, her name's Irina. Whew. She was a villager, or something of a burgomaster's family in the village of Barovia, where we're headed, that is.
I see.
Her father died, and she was being hunted by the devil himself.
Ezmerelda
Don't need to
stops.
say his name.
Strahd's out for Irina.
He is. I don't know why, other than, well, she's goddamn gorgeous. He seemed all creepy-like, but he must have... He kind of gets a little more sad about this, but he must have found her and done something to her. I don't know. Bitter, maybe. Worse, I don't know. We've been trying to get her help ever since, but it's not easy. And some of it's been fighting against her urges, I suppose. She nearly bit me once. Well, maybe not nearly, but maybe... Look.
She's thinking real hard.
We brought her to the Abbey so that they could help. He was the only one that we knew. We'd been asking around. So we needed some sort of healer. Someone who could, at the very least, take care of it. In a way, there was some fucking man in Barovia who wanted us to kill her, said it was the only way. And
he's right, Stake through the
can't be
heart
it.
would do it.
Well, if we wanted her dead, but we want her alive. There's got to be some way. Anyway, we weren't ready to give up, and so we brought her to the Abbey. He kept her in some sort of stasis. Something to hold her still. She's not aging, she's not eating, she's not breathing, she's doing nothing. But she's not getting worse.
All right.
At least not as far as we can see.
She kind of puts her hands on her hips and kind of sucks on her canine and kind of adjusts her glove at one point. Down on her hand. Well, there may be a way. Rumor has it, vampire's bite kind of works like a curse and a disease, but it ain't like lycanthropy. It ain't something that corrupts you. as it is. They call it a soul eater, Chance. Her soul's being devoured. Soon as she dies, that's it. However, there's a little bit of soul left in her. It's said that if you can kill the fathering vampire, they might come back.
And I suppose I've got a meeting with that devil, don't I?
I suspect you made him real mad.
I suspect I haven't even started.
She kind of.
All right, my turn.
All right. Shoot.
And he
She kind of
crosses
cranes
his
her
arms
neck.
again. But you're not going to hit me again, are you?
Try me.
That's not a question, by the way. That doesn't count. All right. I noticed when we were running away from those things, you had a sort of a limp step. You injured in that leg?
I don't suppose you were in the room.
No.
Chance, it ain't no secret. I'm a monster hunter. Wow. She kind of like gives little jazz hands as like she delivers this news.
God, are they all so... are they all like you, Ez?
And she kind of spits on the ground when you say that. It ain't chalked up to everything it's meant to be. The path you and your friends follow, these lives you lead, I don't know how long you plan to continue it, but you need to understand, not everybody comes back in one piece. And she kind of kneels down for a bit, kind of sets her boot up on a nearby rock, and she kind of peels down the leather very carefully, and you notice a very carefully concealed wooden leg.
That's a fine bit of craftsman work, that is.
Yeah,
Well,
Carpenter took months to put it together.
You move pretty well in it, I've got to say. I know most fellas who get on a leg like that, and, well, they get bellies because they can't really move.
Well, guess they ain't tough, huh?
Suppose not.
Werewolf damn ripped it off.
All right.
She kind of shivers. Don't want to talk about it.
That'll be my third question if I decide to ask it. What about yours, then?
What happened with you and, Little Miss Shybones?
Oh.
When I first
you
met
mean
her, she had
right?
great things to say about you. She kind of gives you a look like trying to understand what's going on with you.
Oh. Yeah, well, I guess she sort of took a fancy to me, I suppose. And in a right bit of shit timing, I had also happened to escalate the situation with Irina, I suppose. I don't blame her for it, but look, Zhana's good. She means well, and she's, well, I've not really had a friend. But Zhana's always taken care of us, myself included. I don't know, and she's pretty too. Cute in a sort of elven way. My mum was elven, you know.
Really?
Zhana reminds me a fair bit about her, in some ways. Not all. He's like, oh.
I'm like reading the chat on the side, and the girls are like,
Look, I suppose it was just bad timing and a lot of me being a prick. But I do feel strongly for Irina, and well, I don't know. I've upset her for sure. It's hard to recover from that, and to be sincere, I suppose. But I am sincere, and I do care about her.
you're a real lady killer, Chance.
Well, I don't bloody mean to be. I don't see what anybody else sees in me. Sure's not you. You see me just as I am. And I don't make any sort of difference about that. You bloody punched me in the nose.
Yeah. Save the questions for later. We should probably get moving.
All right. He's like, yeah, sure.
All right.
But hypothetically, if something real bad would to happen, no, you know what? Now, all right, it was better we move. Yeah.
Thank God. And and you guys kind of start moving on. All right, travel time. I need you both to start making skill checks.
All right.
4 need to succeed before 2 fail.
Okay. All right, as I'll be honest with you, I'm not very good at this. On the sea, that's one thing, but in a forest, that's not my fancy. If it helps, I might be able to just keep an eye out for you and help you find things if you're looking for, but you've got to cooperate and let me know what it is you're looking for. You can't be all mystical like feeling the bushes and stuff and let me,
Chance,
be high and dry.
shut up and listen. This is how it works. When I say crystal, it means clear. When I say you're 6, that means behind you. 3 is your starboard side, 6 is your port side. We crystal so far?
Sure. But now when I really want to sort of feel the bush, like, what do I do then?
Oh my
Like
God. Keep your head low and follow my move. And as you guys travel, shockingly enough, Ezmerelda starts kind of coaching you on how to fight and proper communication.
Oh, all right. Very cool.
Among the things, whenever you guys come to a crossroads, she stops and checks both ways. And she gives you a check your 4, and every time she mentions something, you kind of start getting the feeling that something's following you. You both start staying low. And eventually, every 5 minutes, you both get into this pattern of jumping into a tree and avoiding slugs. For right now, you get to decide whether Ezmerelda or you make the survival.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
If she can make the survival, and she focuses on navigating, Chance might be able to kind of focus on moving quietly and being like, all right, there's a good spot over there. I reckon we can maybe get our bearing there, and just sort of like
Perfect.
basically guiding herself while she guides us survival, I suppose.
All right, you guys start working together. All right, roll for it.
Stealth! Hey, we're a team!
Damn.
Look at us!
Coordinated as all heck. You both start moving in synchronization, figuring out where things go. Duck behind the rock. She follows. You move. She moves. She stops. She checks. She ducks behind a tree. You duck behind a tree. And at a certain point, you both start moving out at the same time. All right. 2 skill checks have been passed. Chance, you get to choose the 3rd one.
Maybe at some point, like, when we're a little lost, he maybe offers to kind of, like, climb a tree and just see if he can, like, there's a tall tree here and it looks like this one actually has the rungs of a ladder, like
Okay.
the branches. Maybe he'll climb it and get a lookout and be able to see something.
Okay.
He of course checks the tree if it's a murder wasp face tree.
Of course. I need you to roll a strength check.
Could I convince you for a balancing acrobatics?
You gotta pull yourself up first.
All right.
Unless you want to try to jump from...
Oh, I did it anyway. It's too late. I rolled.
All right. It passes. Well, it technically meets, so it passes. You jump up onto that tree and you're looking around and Ezmerelda's keeping low and you see something in the distance. You see a horse.
Does it have a rider on it?
No, but it looks saddled up, like somebody left it behind.
Hmm. Ez! There's a horse nearby.
She kind of looks for it.
It's over there. But it can't be your horse because your horse is dead. And he says this like super low, like just kind of quietly to himself.
Almost
like,
as if you were saying that. She goes, "Cadet?" And she starts running.
oh shit. Oh god.
She
And he's
starts
just gonna
running
start
off.
ascending the tree.
And as you descend the tree, Ezmerelda is a good 20 feet ahead of you. "Cadet, thank God!
Even like
How did you get out?" And she runs towards this horse. Chance, do you stop?
but he's gonna keep going. He's trying to catch up to her, but I don't think he's stopped. He also wants to get to this horse too.
Okay. Oh my gosh, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? And the horse kind of like, and like nuzzles.
Oh,
Something,
is this?
something's wrong, Chance. What do you do in this exact moment as Ezmerelda steps up the stirrup to mount the horse?
Oh my god. I think he actually like grabs her on the back of the cloak and like and is gonna yank her off.
I need you to roll just a little itty bitty dexterity check. You grab Ezmerelda, but perhaps not fast enough. Cadet kind of and the head comes off and the arms come off and these roots grab Ezmerelda and you have her by the cloak and she's like, "Whoa, what the?" She's completely trapped by these gnarled roots. Chance, you manage to successfully evade the roots using your dexterity check. And out steps someone from the forest line.
Oh no.
You see a druid, Chance. "Ah, what a shame. They say the Red Witch was traveling with a man riding a gray and speckled horse in the forest. How very lucky that we got the huntress instead."
Oh, you better let her go, because you got a lot more than you can handle.
"Are you sure, sisters?" And you see 1, 2, 5, 6 druids. Some with 2 wolves at their side,
Oh my god.
coming out of the woods. Chance, you have a choice. You can fight, you can talk, or you can run. Make your decision.
Okay, I have a question. I think as he's kind of seeing what people are around him, and he's kind of like trying to stand up near Ez a little bit. I wanna see if Ez is being consumed more by the roots with time, or if she's maybe even trying to like able to kind of wiggle a bit free.
She's
If it
trying.
looks like she's.
Oh, she's trying to wiggle free, but you recognize these roots. They look like the roots of a Guthilius tree. These are the very same roots that claimed the other bodies in the road when they fell limp.
Huh. Shit. Oh man. Oh man. Okay. All right. How far away are all of these things too?
They're scattered throughout the woods.
All right.
Depending on your decision is whether or not I take you to a map.
Yeah. I think Jesus. I think Chance is going to. Okay. He is. Yeah. He's gonna. I'm gonna choose the fight. I have to try to at least free Ez, but he's just kind of trying to see if he can see every one of them and gauge the battle here. Oh my god. And he kind of looks down to Ez for a moment. He's like, Ez, I'm gonna get you out of this, I swear.
She gives you this look,
Just
and
do not let those things take you.
she
Fight it with everything you've got.
gives you this. I need you to roll an insight check. If eyes could talk, she would be telling you something very important right now, but all you can read is there was intent behind concerned eyes. Determined but concerned eyes, but you can't quite understand the situation. And Chance, we will pick up next time when we come back to your chapter.
Very good.
Feel free to come back to next time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh man. I definitely feel like he's just gonna like almost through strained eyes. He's just like, I'm not leaving you. And yeah, like tears swelling. He's fucking ready. And that'll be it. That'll be it.
I'm terrified.
Oh my god.
Oh man.